and welcome to the Money Program, a show about dollars and cents. I'm your host, Kate Sullivan. We often try to bring you tips on how to save money. Right now, people are wanting to stay warm in the winter, and then when the summertime rolls around, staying cool in the summer. But energy costs a lot. Energy costs are rising, it's hard. So today we're going to talk about a program the state of Massachusetts offers in conjunction with some of our local power utilities, as well as some tips on how to save money at home. So today with us we have Bill Stack from Eversource and Lori Iaconi from National Grid. We're going to talk about the Mass Saves program first and what that entails.
Well, the Mass Save is an initiative that's a statewide initiative that's sponsored by the gas and electric utilities and the energy efficiency service providers. Basically, we sponsor a program that offers rebates, incentives, both residential and commercial, vast array of services and offerings that we offer the homeowner and a business owner to save on the electric bill or save on their gas bill, heating bills, and electric costs. Great.
So we touched upon it, who can take part of it? Anybody that pays any type of energy bill is?
Yeah, most utility bills, there's a surcharge on a utility bill that pays into the energy efficiency fund. So if you're a customer of a utility and you're paying into that fund, you can participate in the program.
So that would cover homeowners and I would assume renters as well?
Yes, absolutely. We try and design the program where it's all inclusive. So we have program offerings for low income people, 60% medium and below. There's a program for them. Businesses, as I mentioned, residents, single family homeowners, 3-4 family homeowners, and then large apartment buildings. So we have a multifamily program, we have single home programs, 1 to 4 unit programs. We try and have the residential programs reach out to all different types of homeowners.
Great, so especially being in Boston, you have lots of renters and you also have lots of landlords. So there are programs that everybody can participate in.
Yes, absolutely.
Who the sponsors of the programming, and that is Eversource and National Grid?
Yep, and on the electric programs, Unitil and Cape Light Compact, and then the gas utilities as well, Blackstone Gas, Berkshire Gas, Columbia Gas.
And Unitil has a gas division as well, similar to National Grid, yes.
Great, and we had spoken off camera about a specific initiative that Boston has, the city of Boston has.
Yes, National Grid and Eversource, we're partners with Renew Boston under Chief of Environment and Energy, Chief Blackman, Austin Blackman, and the Renew Boston group led by Brad Swing. They have a whole division within City Hall devoted to getting the message out for Mass Save. So we partner with them to get as many Boston residents involved into our programs as possible.
Great. So the goals of Mass Saves, I guess the easy way to say is it's to help residents and help citizens save money. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, I always look at us as the good news part of the utility. We're not part of your billing, and God forbid there's a power outage. We're not part of that.
They're not calling you.
We're not causing it, but what we like to do is show people how they can save on their energy usage. Because becoming more energy efficient is the single most popular way to be able to take control of your energy usage and thus save on your energy costs. And we try and offer a vast array of programs to help, whether it be just an online assessment tool to give you some ideas what you can do in your own home, or our flagship offering, a home energy assessment when an energy specialist will come to your home and basically from your attic to your basement, look at all your energy use, look at your insulation levels, and give you your own personal energy plan, what you can do going forward to save energy in your home and save dollars.
Great. So you mentioned, you can do it online. I think sometimes I get in the mail, this says how you use your energy compared to your neighbors. Mm-hmm. And mine's always like, oh, you use more than everybody. But let's start with the home energy assessment. That probably is the most popular of the programs, and that's pretty much the starting point for all the programming, correct?
Well, yes. We have standalone rebate programs. If someone goes out and buys a heating system and didn't want to participate in the home energy assessment, they just want to get a heating system, we have rebate offerings for that type of equipment. Same with central AC. We recommend people have a home energy assessment so you can get an overall view of what your home really needs to undergo to save energy. Like I said, a specific energy plan. In the middle of that energy plan being produced to you, we also show you other offerings. There's a home heat loan that's available. If you need help financing a new heating system, you're able to finance at 0% and extend those payments over 7 years. So a lot of the times, the heating system that you put in, you replace with, the money you save each month covers the cost of the loan itself. So there's a vast array of information that the home energy specialist can give to that homeowner specific to that house on the website, and generally there's information available, but there's nothing better than a specific plan of action a homeowner can take to save energy.
And
it seems-
most importantly, sorry, that home energy assessment is no cost to the customer, and everybody's basically paying into the fund, so we really encourage people to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
And then, like he said, the home energy assessor will give you specific tips as to what you as a homeowner, can do, or even the renter sometimes, right?
Yep.
To make, whether it's a large investment or a small investment in
So it's
home
a
energy.
much more customized plan. It's customized based on probably taking into factors of your lifestyle. If you have small children at home, you might be using your heat a little bit more all the time,
Yeah.
or, if you're, water, God, I use tons of
No,
water.
exactly. I mean, they look at you're right, you walk in, you may have an elderly parent living with you, so the heat's gonna be on all day. You can't just program it to have the heat be off. So that's why the beauty of that home assessment, at no cost, as Laurie said, is so valuable to a homeowner or a renter.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause-
and it only takes a couple of hours,
Great, and so that will kind of bring us into the next things I would like to talk about. So how would you initiate that assessment? Like, how would you get that ball rolling to have someone come out to your house and start that?
Well, you can always go to masssave.com. In Boston, you can contact renewboston.org, City of Boston. They have their own number, 617-635-SAVE. You can call that number, and they will guide you to the Mass Save program. Some people call because they're in a 4 or 5 family and they're not sure what program they fall into. Renew Boston will guide you that way. The Mass Save website will also give you the information. The call, it's 1-877-527-SAVE.
Oh, great.
866-527-SAVE, sorry, I should know that.
And also, if you think that you fall into like an income eligible program, you can contact your CAP agency, and they can get you in touch with the programs that are available for income eligible customers.
Okay. So an assessment is going to happen. What should the homeowner or the renter expect to happen on that day, and what can they do to make that process that day? You mentioned it takes a couple hours. What can people do ahead of time to make it as smooth as possible?
When you call in to schedule one, there's a screening process. So they ask you what type of home you have, what size home, attic space, basement situation, and they'll direct you what to do. You may have to move some stuff in the attic so they can get an idea of what the levels of insulation are in the attic. You may want to make sure that people can get to your heating system to get a look at the age of it. Cooling system out back or on the side of the home, you want to make sure there's access to that as well, the energy using things. But as they screen you and schedule the home energy assessment, they will let you know what steps you need to take prior to them even showing up to your home.
Oh, good. And so we've talked a lot about the home energy assessment being the biggest piece and kind of like really the jumping point for a lot of the programming. You touched about some of the rebates. So how does some of the rebate programming work?
Well, on masssave.com, we have standalone applications, if you will. If you purchase a heating system that you put in and it qualifies under the guidelines of the Mass Save program, there'll be a rebate form that you just fill out what equipment was put in. You have your contractor help you. What equipment was placed, replace the old equipment, just the information of the address. Fill out the rebate form, and depending on what level of efficiency the equipment is, you can get up to about $4,000 back on some equipment. Depending on the age of the equipment and the efficiency level of it. And then on the cooling side, you can get up to $500 back if you buy a high-efficiency central air conditioning system as well.
We also have rebates for appliances,
Yeah, that's
electric
next.
dryers, room air cleaners, dehumidifiers. That would be either a mail-in rebate or an online rebate as well.
And I think at one time you even had some programming for if they take away like a refrigerator or a freezer.
We do. That recently temporarily stopped. The vendor that we were using, we had to stop that, but it is going to be starting up again. So yeah, if people have a second refrigerator, sometimes people have it in their basement or their garage and they don't really use it all that often, but it's plugged in year-round. We would suggest unplugging it if you don't use it, and even better yet, we will recycle it. We'll give you a $50 rebate. We'll take it out. You don't have to ask, your brother-in-law to help you move it. You don't have to call in favors.
Right.
Because, like I said, a lot of times people have that just as a convenience. It's nice to have maybe at the 4th of July when you get a lot of food, or with Thanksgiving, but it really draws
Yeah.
on a lot of electricity that if you can get rid of it we'd love you to do that.
And I would assume that those are usually the older. You get a brand new fridge for your kitchen, you don't want to get rid of the other one, or you don't know how to. That's the older one, so maybe they're not, as energy efficient. Which kind of brings us to the next part of the show. We're going to kind of talk about some ways to save energy in the home. Starting with and what you should be looking for, and anything you're buying, especially that uses energy in terms of an Energy Star rating and.
Right, so a lot of people recognize the Energy Star when buying appliances, which is great. We want you to look for that. But you also want to look for the Energy Star when you're buying lighting. What Energy Star means is that it's undergone, rigorous third-party independent testing. So recently, for instance, a lot of newer styled LED bulbs have come on the market, which is great, gives people a lot of choice, but they're not Energy Star. And we really encourage, again, people to look for the Energy Star because these ones might be a lower price point, but if they're not Energy Star certified, they're not going to deliver the quality that you expect. They might, not last as long, they might not be as bright as you want, they might flicker or whatever. So you want to look for the Energy Star, which is not to be confused with when you buy appliances. There's the yellow sticker.
The big yellow card that's, when you look at the store and
That's
you're
the energy
opening, the
guide.
refrigerators.
Right, and that tells you how much you can expect to pay in usage over years. So that's important to look at too, but it's different from the Energy Star.
That's good, I guess, when you're comparison shopping as well. If you're, in a store where there's a couple of different, you can easily, see what the difference between different models and, yes, they're all Energy Star certified, but now you can see what the costs for usage are. So you talked about some lighting, and you brought some examples of what we should be looking for, and how to read them and what exactly they mean. So let's get into that.
So first, here's the Energy Star that you do want to look for. Secondly, you want to look at the lighting facts label. So a lot of people, it's an easy way to reduce your energy usage. Let's say maybe this is great for people who own homes, but maybe you rent a home and you don't want a big capital expenditure, but you pay the utilities, so you want to reduce your usage. You can replace the lights with LED lights. So for instance, a 60-watt incandescent. When you're buying an LED equivalent, you want to look here for lumens.
Okay.
So wattage actually defines the energy that's being used. When buying a light, you want to look for lumens, because lumens defines the brightness. So a 60-watt equivalent, you want to look for lumens about 800 to 850. The other thing on the lighting facts label you want to look for is the color, because LED lights, or any lights, kind of vary, right, from warm to yellow to blue. So if you're looking for something that's a 60-watt equivalent, you want something that's going to be around 27 to 3,000 K, which stands for Kelvin, which we won't get into that, but that's what you want to look for. And then as you go across further, it's going to be, warm white, cool white, and then it kind of goes more towards the blue scale. So the lighting facts label is something that is going to give you the information that you're looking for. And again, if you go to masssave.com, we have a whole section on lighting to help you choose the right light.
Education piece. And so that says it lasts 22 years on it. Can you expect these to really last that long, or?
Yeah, well, that's another benefit of LED lights is, they're going to last, 10, 15, 20 years. So you're not going to be changing them all the time. Another great thing about LED lights is they don't get hot like incandescent lights get. A lot of them are often shatterproof, so they're safer. Plus, they're not giving off the heat, so they're
Especially
a good
if you have
choice.
small children around.
Right.
It makes
Speaking
sense.
of small children, the joke with the LEDs is if you had a baby this year and also put in an LED, you might not have to change that LED until